This town home spec inspection, we're going to do an inspection here at 2541 Cook Street. This is an ASHI inspection. ASHI is American Society of Home Inspectors. A copy of ASHI Standards of Practice is given with the home inspection contract and is part of the contract. We're getting started a tad early here, so we're not here till dark. Anyway, we're going to start on the roof. We'll work our way down. We're looking for major issues, not for looking for nickels and dimes. We're looking for major issues. Electrical, plumbing, furnace, and structural stuff. And that's it. I'm going to start on the roof and work my way down. Okay, so the roof is asphalt fiberglass architectural shingles, they call it. And this slope here looks pretty good shape. I don't see any issues with it. Obviously, you got to clean out the gutters. Yeah, if you leave this little globule in here, it roughs out the gutters. I think they may be aluminum gutters though. But anyway, you need to clean them out. This section of the roof looks great. So I don't have any issues with it. I don't like downspouts draining right on your shingles. It wears out the shingles and overflows your lower gutters. So not a lot you can do about it. You could extend that down there or put a flash plate underneath there, I guess, so it doesn't wear it out as bad. They really should go to the grade if you can get them to go to the grade, which that one you certainly can. Yeah, just another little section of the roof we're looking at here. It looks pretty good. You do have some nail right there. Somebody nailed out there, so put a nail in there. Not really supposed to do that. You got a big old wasp mess up there in one of those vents. You know, just doing another slope of the roof, taking a look at as much of it as we can here. It looks pretty good. You do have a little bit of granular loss on the shingles, but I think they'll be okay for a while. You can see the gutters haven't really been cleaned for a while. You need to probably clean those and get the ball out of there. Same story with this roof. Looks pretty good shape. This is the south slope here, or the south. And this is the side from the sun. Takes most of the abuse. And it looks pretty good. Now you can't get a roofer to go up there, look at the very top part of the roof. I am not going to be able to get up there. We look at it with binoculars. Let's see if there's any blowing off shingles and stuff, but pretty much the shingles are going to be in the same shape these are here. So, but you can ask for a 5-year roof certification if you want. Most of them come out for free and look at the roof beyond what I do. Gutters certainly need to be cleaned. You can see the ponding water down there and being dirty. Might even be sloped the wrong way. And then the gutters, the shingles themselves look pretty good. They did a pretty good job with the stucco. Here's another exposed nail here. So here's your leaking gutters here. That's what they tend to do, leaking the seams. So when you clean them, they have gutter caulk. You can caulk the seams. You can get somebody to do that for you, because I'm sure there's other ones that are leaking. Okay, up on the roof here. Okay, this is your main electrical coming in. And you can see it rubbing on the shingles. That's a no-no. Now, not only wears out the shingles, but the real issue is you're going to rub the insulation off the wire and cause a major issue, or can cause a major issue. So, you either need to raise that mast or pull this thing tighter. And I don't know if you can pull it much tighter, because then you start pulling at that. So they may raise the mast. And you have to get an electrician to do that for you. Plus the connections are only wrapped with electrical tape. electrical tape will fade away and unwrap. It could be a major electrical issue. They have plastic caps that go over these. You know, a lot more granular wear on this slope here. You can kind of see the granular wear going on this slope, the shininess. But it's not enough to cause alarm yet. And this is your top slope, really can't get up there. There's no way of putting a ladder here. Roofers have the big old ladders to get up here. So you can ask to have it looked at. I'm not real worried about it. I saw most of it with binoculars, and the shingles are going to be in the same shape these are. The south slope's getting a little bit of granular wear. Other than that, it's good. You just got one shingle there you blew off or just rotted away there. This is over the garage. And you can see that this is the south slope of the house, the gutters that are full of water. And you see where the drain hole is. So it's not sloped enough. It can retain a little bit of water in it, and none of them drain perfectly, but if you clean them out, I think you'd be a lot better off. Okay, it's inside a breaker panel. You got 200 amps coming in. Looks like they finished the basement, did a sub panel here. So we need to go find that. This looks fairly decent. Want to make sure they pulled permits on the basement. Other than that, this doesn't look too bad. I don't really see any issues with it. So we should be good to go. So this little slope on the garage here isn't, it's kind of backwards. They made this to slope this way towards the house, and then they took a downspout and kind of plopped it in here. It doesn't go this way, it goes this way. So it should have been made to slope this way, or just none of this gutter stuff at all, just let it overflow, go over the top in between the houses here. There's another leaking gutter here. Yeah, gutters tend to leak at the seams, not a big deal. You can have a gutter guy fix that. So we got your little garage heater fired up and running, so it seems to be pretty good shape. I don't see any issue with it. Garage is pretty good, I don't see any issues here. What we look for is any kind of water stains up here, you know, broken springs with the door, a little bit of a gap underneath there, that's how your mice get in. You can foam that up or seal it up. Other than that, we're good. I don't see any issues here at all. Okay, so the pilot light's not on this thing here. I don't know if we could have the gas off. We don't light fireplaces and start troubleshooting pilot lights to see if they work. We don't have insurance for that. It's not part of a home inspection. Plus, I already kind of gave a little verbal disclaimer before I even came out here to have these all fired up and ready to go. Underground extensions like this tend to plug up underground. Okay, so these underground extensions, especially these flimsy corrugated ones like this, they just collapse underneath there. Plus he's created negative grade here, so the water gets entrapped and goes in and can crack your foundation. So what I would do, extend this out, don't put it underground, and then fill all this rock in, okay? Don't put a drip edge in here or that metal flashing. Make sure when the water hits here, it goes away from the house, okay? Not worried about this here. There's no foundation here. But you want to have a 10% grade 5 feet away from the house. You want to always keep the water away from the house, okay? And a real slick thing you can do is you can cover this window well cover with a plexiglass. Keeps the rain from going into your sump pit down there and possibly flooding your basement. Plus it keeps all the debris out and all that fun stuff. Okay. This is easy issue to fix, but if you don't fix it, you're going to have a flooded basement here. Downspout, you can see it, the water's going right into the basement. You need to first of all correct the grade, put an extension on here all the way out to here. Don't use these concrete things. Okay, this siding here is EIFS, I think, which is a controversial siding. It's got styrofoam behind it, and generally it's not installed right. In other words, behind this you got, I believe, it's hard to tell. You might want to get it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, because it pushes in mushy. And generally, to do this right, they usually have to have proper weep screed, is a fancy word, so it can drain. And you get mold and mildew behind here. There's a company that do this called Synthetic Stucco Inspectors. They're pretty pricey, and they have the proper equipment. They have a moisture meter, the real ones that cost around 12 grand, not the little $300 ones that the home inspectors use. And then you're supposed to have a proper gap, but I recommend you have a stucco expert come out here and follow up with this stucco to make sure you don't have water behind here. I think it's EIFS. Negative grade right here. Water can go in here and crack your foundation. Then you need to put that gas cap over that flue for the fireplace, the gas fireplace. These are AC compressors. I guess you got two furnaces. These are it's too cold to fire these up. It has to be over 60 degrees in a 24-hour period, so you can actually end up wrecking these with there's oils and fluids and stuff in here that are real sluggish in cold weather, and they don't get to the moving part, especially when it's been sitting, not running, and you can wreck the parts that it needs to lubricate. You got, yeah, the grade. If you have this is too low to the grade, the pipe is. Okay, this is your B-vent flue pipe coming from your gas fireplace. Okay, it's too low. You get snowdrift here, it's going to block it. You fire it up, and you can block it and have carbon monoxide issues.
Is that why they dug down?
That's what they tried to do, attempt to fix it.
Okay.
Okay, but that's not right.
Okay.
They may have to dig it down quite a bit more and put a little window well thing in here. Okay. EIFS stucco is also supposed to have a 6-inch gap from the grade, so it doesn't wake up. Pan with a drain underneath this these washer dryer combo. This thing sprays all over here, the base or the first floor powder room. This fireplace doesn't work. We can't get it to work, Amy. Don't light pilot lights. Furnace filter's major dirty. It's a good way to shorten the life of a furnace. Get the steamer to work in here. That doesn't mean it doesn't. I just can't get it to go. Okay, so you get your furnace ready to go here. Now your air conditioning unit, you should have another pipe there running out. You should. Don't have to, but I would. Because there's a condensate tray if it leaks. Or this original pipe here gets plugged up, you should have a secondary auxiliary one. You got a water alarm there, and you got a pan underneath here. So you got 1, 2, you got 2 fail safes. You should have another fail safe, another pipe there going to the outside. Should. I don't know if you have to or not. Fireplace is up and running, looks pretty good. See, the lift station's leaking here. Smell the contractor debris burning on top of your basement fireplace. You might want to get that cleaned off. The rust on the bottom of the furnace, that's from a leaking humidifier there. You might want to put that on 30 when you move in. The other thing is, this furnace I don't think has ever been cleaned. It's major dirty. Look at this. So you need to have it cleaned and serviced. I think that's original drywall dust in there from when they built the house. So anyway, it needs to be cleaned and serviced. Okay? You need to put a cap over this, not some freaking tape. It's underneath your garbage disposal, leaking all over underneath the sink here in the basement. Garbage disposal doesn't work.